Welcome back to Bike Ride Reviews. I'm your host Scott, and we are back in the testing studio to bring you all the pros and most importantly, cons about another new e-bike. North America seems to be addicted to e-bikes, and large fat tire e-bikes are the hot trend. Today we're looking at the Fiido Titan, an adventure-styled bike from Fiido. And this behemoth is big on power and tech, with an electronic battery lock and an app included. This lets you do away with the key. Instead, you unlock the bike and remove the battery with the swipe of a phone screen. But is the bike going to make a titanic impression during testing? Stick around to find out how the Titan stands up to the competition. It's time to get this review going. But while I roll the intro, I need your help so that we can make even more videos for all of you. If you like Bike Rides videos, please leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. Every like and comment helps us to make even more videos for all of you out there. So thanks for your help and views. Now let's go ride some bikes. Fiido is a Chinese e-bike manufacturer based in Hong Kong that sells to a global audience, including North America, the UK, and Europe. They produce a wide range of bikes, from folders to fat tire options like the one that we have here today. The Fiido Titan is a large e-bike. Whether we're talking about those 4-inch wide tires with an aggressive tread pattern or the heavy weight of the bike at 83 pounds. It's definitely suiting its name because it has the power to pull the rider and cargo at speeds up to 28 miles per hour after you've unlocked the bike. As it ships, the Titan has a 15.5 mile per hour speed limit, which is odd for North American users, but it fits UK and European e-bike regulations. The Titan is a solid e-bike, which is suitable for riding on light off-road trails or on paved roads. It's quick and it's fun, and it could be used in a variety of roles. Let's take a look at the pros and cons to learn more about the Titan. The first pro is its comfortable ride quality. Whether you're on pavement or you're ripping it up off-road. I was impressed with how the bike handled bumps and dips despite its lack of rear suspension. The front coil suspension is also shockingly capable, despite its meager 60 millimeters of travel. The bike utilizes its geometry well, alongside a heavily padded seat to offer a surprisingly comfortable ride. I enjoyed the Titan on double track and industry roads, and the bike handled washboarding well. I was comfortably zipping along dirt paths at 20 plus miles per hour consistently. It has a flex-free frame, and the heavy weight of the bike both make the bike confident at speed. The second pro is the powerful motor. The Fiido Titan has a 750 watt motor, which is a lot of fun to operate. It offers great torque for hill climbing and fast starts. A responsive torque sensor complements the motor, which is quick to respond to your input while pedaling. The bike shoots up hills with a strong response to the torque sensor. I enjoyed riding the bike at high speed, and I could zip at over 20 miles per hour with little effort. The Titan is also capable of good range at its maximum assist level, which is a great benefit of that power-conscientious torque sensor. The third pro for the bike is the long range that it's capable of. In both range tests that we completed, the Titan showed a great range for its 14.5 amp-hour battery. It could go almost 30 miles at its highest assist level with that speed limit unlocked, as well as over 40 miles at its stock 15.5 mile per hour speed limit. The torque sensor was a great companion for this bike, as it allowed the Titan to extend its range, while also offering great assistance to your pedal strokes. The first con for this bike is the fact that it's a large and heavy unit, because the bike lives up to its name, Titan, weighing 83 pounds. You could easily increase this to 100 pounds by adding a basket or some cargo to that rear rack. The bike also uses 26-inch by 4-inch tires, which offer great float and traction. However, if you plan to transport this bike on your car, you're going to need a special bike rack to accommodate it that's capable of fitting those fat tires. Not to mention the fact that it's a challenge to lift this bike or move it upstairs if you need to lift it past your waist. If you need to move this bike indoors or upstairs to get to your parking and storage, you may need to consider other lighter options. The second con for the Titan are the speed limit options. So Fiido's 15.5 mph speed limit is a common feature on its bikes. But I wish they would supply North America with a different base setting. I can see it working perfectly for European users who would need that 15.5 mph base speed limit, but for us it means that North American riders have no way to meet Class 2 regulations, or simply to travel at 20 mph consistently while using that highest assist setting. It would be nice to have a setting in the app that would allow you to set the speed limit to a custom value, rather than just having the 15.5 mph or unlocked 28 mph speed limits. So what does it do best? Well, the Fiido Titan is fast and fun. It's a confident bike for riding on the pavement or on light off-road trails, which really makes it a good fit for exploring and touring. It's a functional bike that could definitely be used for commuting, recreation, or even some kind of work like deliveries. The most notable features of the bike were its responsive motor, torque sensor, and a good gear range. The bike also has some interesting tech which is available in that Fiido app, which makes it easy to access some of the more advanced features. The Titan is also UL 2849 compliant, and it offers a good overall water resistance rating of IP65, with an IP67 rated display. What are some reasons to look elsewhere? The Titan is large and powerful, but its size comes with a heavy overall weight for the bike. And purchasers should definitely consider the 83-pound weight and large tires, which are one of the bike's drawbacks. Riders who prefer a slower speed bike will also probably leave the bike at its standard 15.5 mph speed limit. But still, the bike is quick to accelerate, with a torque-heavy motor response. So this bike is definitely better for those who are looking for a powerful e-bike, as opposed to those who are more focused on a subtle motor response. I found the Fiido app to be a bit hard to use as well, with some of the features offering some confusing descriptions and names. The app could use a UI interface update, but it does have a number of additional features for the bike, such as the rocket mode, which unlocks the bike's speed limit. But this also requires an unlock code every time to complete the action, whether you're turning it on or off. And the code can't be changed to a custom code. I also found that features like the electronic battery release was a little bit frustrating. Pulling out the phone and navigating to the unlock setting was more time consuming than using a key like a standard e-bike. So I don't know whether I liked this option better than having a key, but it's definitely an interesting feature. Frame and geometry. The 6061 aluminum frame on the Titan has a deep step-through, which is designed for easier mounting, especially if you have cargo on that built-in rear rack, which is pleasantly integrated into the frame with strong welded connections. The frame is good looking, and it's a pleasant silver color. It's definitely oversized, with a beefy lower down tube that conceals the battery inside. The overbuilt frame is beneficial, as it feels firm and confident while riding. While it's not a mountain bike, and it will not be useful in really tight, rough trails, it was surprisingly confident over rougher terrain. It would stand up to adventuring along dirt and gravel industry roads just fine. And I was surprised by the smooth ride over some of the more minor bumps that I experienced. I expected the short travel 60mm coil suspension fork to be next to useless, if I'm being honest, but the bike uses its geometry to good effect. Its oversized tires and cushioned seat absorb much of the impact from bumps and dips, leaving the 60mm travel as a sufficient fork to increase comfort. Looking at the measurements, we have a seat tube measurement of 16.53 inches, a reach measurement of 16.53 inches as well, stack measurement of 25.9 inches, a standover height of 28.22 inches, virtual top tube length of 24.68 inches, with a minimum saddle height of 31.88 inches, and a maximum saddle height of 40.94 inches, and a wheelbase of 45.27 inches. Although it's only available in a single frame size and style, the Titan claims to fit riders between 5 feet 1 inch and 6 feet 5 inches tall. This is kind of challenging to believe, since the bike is large and heavy at 83 pounds. Its sizing seems to favor taller riders, and I can see people shorter than 5 feet 4 inches beginning to struggle with the bike. Display and control. The Titan offers several ways to control the bike's different features. The first two are the control pads. One is located on the left side of the handlebars, and the other is just below the display screen. The handlebar controls have a dedicated light button for turning on the front and rear lights, a pedal assist button that cycles through the assist levels, a horn, and a mode button that cycles through the two display modes for the bike's information on its main screen. The center display pad has the unit's main power button and a mode button, which functions the same as the handlebar mode button, as well as the up and down buttons for cycling through pedal assist levels or moving through the menu. The Titan also has Bluetooth, which allows the bike to receive updates and connect to the Fiido app. The app allows for some unique features, such as the electronic battery release on the bike. Rather than using a key, the battery is released using this app, and you can also turn the bike on with it as well, or turn on and off the lights. The app also shows some of the bike's information and status in a dashboard, which you could use if you were using a bike mount. From the settings menu, you can complete some more advanced options as well within the app, such as unlocking that speed limit from 15.5 miles per hour to 28 miles per hour, turning on and off a cruise control feature, and adjusting some of the other controls. The Fiido will also sync with your Fiido smartwatch, allowing you to lock the bike and turn it on using Bluetooth. You can also link it up to your phone so that the bike will only be turned on using the phone and app, and can't be turned on using the control pad. The Titan's motor lived up to its name, offering plenty of power to boost up hills and propel the bike to its unlockable speed limit of 28 miles per hour. The 750 watt motor, which has a torque output of 70 Newton meters, was impressive during testing. The ride also benefits from a torque sensor, which increases motor response and makes the bike quite pleasant to pedal. The bike was the second fastest in our small and medium hill climb tests, being beaten only by the QuietKat Lynx e-bike. These tests were completed with the bike's speed limit unlocked so that it could attain 20 miles per hour and compete with other Class 2 bikes in a fair manner. The bike conquered the first hill climb in 2 minutes and 15 seconds at 25.8 miles per hour average, which was an impressive result for the bike and a very high rate of speed for it to continue at. The medium hill climb was also easily defeated by the bike, which completed it in 2 minutes and 8 seconds at 18.4 miles per hour average. These excellent times on both hill climbs were also supported by good range test results. The powerful motor, when combined with that torque sensor, operated well together. They offered responsive and effective assistance, which was easily felt, helping you along on both the flats and hills. The bike's half-twist throttle accelerates quickly, and when the bike is unlocked, the throttle can power you up to 28 miles per hour. During the 0 to 20 tests, the Titan managed to accelerate to 20 miles per hour in 11 seconds with the throttle only, and 8 seconds using that highest pedal assist setting, which is a competitive result that is definitely in line with some of the fastest e-bikes that we test. At first glance, I was suspicious of the 48-volt, 14.5 amp hour or 696 watt-hour battery, which is used to power the 750 watt motor on the Titan. I generally like to see batteries with equivalent or higher watt-hour ratings than the nominal wattage of the battery. The Titan battery is slightly lower, but it exceeded expectations during testing with good results in both its available speed limits. The Titan managed to complete range tests at 15.5 miles per hour and 28 miles per hour. During both tests, performance was measured with reliable battery levels. The battery declined steadily, making it easy to estimate your total range left. The bike saves lots of power for its last battery bar. offering a nice low battery warning that still gives you several miles of power left to make it home. Our first range test was completed at 15.5 miles per hour, and we managed to go 44.46 miles over 1,362 feet of elevation gain in 3 hours and 17 minutes at 14.2 miles per hour average. And our second range test, which was completed at the unlocked 28 mile per hour speed limit, managed to go 27.04 miles over 1,070 feet of elevation in 1 hour, 29 minutes with an average speed of 18.1 miles per hour. The Fiido Titan is UL 2849 certified, which is great for peace of mind during operation and when you're charging with that 54.6 volt 3 amp output charger. When it's completely drained, the charger will fill the battery in 4 to 5 hours. And the charge port is located directly above the bottom bracket and is protected by a flip cap. The battery on the Titan differs from other bikes, despite its similar location in the bike's down tube. The battery in this case is protected by a plastic cover, which is separate from the battery. This is removed by pressing and sliding the lock, which is at the top of the cover. The cover then comes off of the bike and it reveals the battery. Now the Titan doesn't use a key. Instead, the battery uses an electronic lock. You access this either from the app or by pressing the up and down buttons at the same time on the bike's display and entering a code when prompted. In the app, you simply connect to the bike and press the lock icon on the main page. After that, you're going to hear a beep, and then the battery will pop out slightly, stopping at a second lock. The second lock still holds the battery into the bike, and it's removed by pressing on the metal tab, which is directly above the battery. That allows the battery to be removed from the bike completely. Reinserting the battery is simple. Just line up the charge port and slide it into the bike until it clicks and locks in place. Then reinstall the cover and lock it with the sliding tab. The Fiido Titan has an upgraded 9-speed drivetrain, which was a welcome addition on the bike. Its 11 to 32 tooth gearing allows you to maintain a pleasant pedal cadence at different speeds, which is definitely a worthy upgrade over that 7-speed 14 to 28 tooth that we've seen on many other bikes. The S-Ride shifter and the derailleur offer reasonable performance, but they are budget components, so shifting could be slightly disappointing. At times, the trigger style shifter required a little bit of finesse to ensure that gears change smoothly. I'm also not a huge fan of how the second trigger on this shifter is tucked really tightly underneath the unit. I found that it would take some fumbling with my thumb at times to try to find it while I was trying to shift the bike. The Titan uses a set of hydraulic brakes with 4 piston calipers from the brand Dylan. I don't know if I'm saying that brand name correctly. Despite being 4-piston brakes, the brakes were not very impressive during our test. They brought the heavy 83-pound bike to a stop in 23 feet, which is pretty slow compared to recent competitors. Most bikes stop at 18 to 20 feet, with the Titan traveling 3 to 5 feet further at 20 miles per hour. The brakes do feature some higher quality features despite that lackluster performance, which is showing that appearance doesn't always dictate performance. The aluminum levers do have a reach adjustment, which is in the form of a dial on the lever. And the brakes also have some large 203mm rotors, and as I mentioned, they feature 4-piston hydraulic calipers, which are all features that would normally increase performance, but we are seeing a longer stopping distance here. The Titan uses a set of 26 by 4-inch CST Adventure tires. And these fat tires have an aggressive tread, which is designed for riding in dirt and off-road terrain. The PSI can be adjusted for ride quality up to 30 PSI. And the tire is a good choice for riding off-road and maintaining grip in loose dirt and gravel. The aggressive tread is louder on pavement, but when you're under motor power, a change in roll resistance was not noticeable. The tires are not tubeless ready, and they do not feature puncture protection, which would be a nice additional feature to keep you rolling easy. The Fiido Titan is well equipped for its role as a recreational adventure seeker or a commuter. It has a well-integrated rear rack, which is welded into the frame and can support up to 177 pounds. The rack also includes an integrated rear light, which is linked to the bike's electronics alongside the bright headlight. The bike also includes fenders on the front and rear wheels. They're well attached and had no issues during installation or use of the fenders. A single-sided kickstand is also supplied with the bike, which is a standard item that supported the bike well and offered no issues during testing. The Titan also has additional accessories which are available for purchase. And these include some cool options like a double battery upgrade, which adds 2 more batteries to the back of the bike in a special rack, effectively tripling the bike's range. Other cool options include some pannier bags, front racks, and phone holders. Looking at the touch points and starting off with the grips, I personally enjoyed the straight lock-on rubber grips which are available on the Titan. They really have a simple shape which is similar to a mountain bike grip or a set of BMX grips. And they're a set of lock-on grips, which offered confident traction for my hands on the bars. The saddle is from Cell Royal with a comfortable padded seat, which offers a plush platform. The seat was comfortable for riding and it offered some definite cushioning for bumps on your ride. I enjoyed the saddle until I needed to push the bike over 40 miles on its longest range test. Over the long ride, the large seat created some chafing on my glutes, which made me happy to get off it after the ride. So the saddle definitely seems to become less comfortable when you're pedaling for long periods of time. The pedals are a set of aluminum platform pedals with small aluminum pegs. They're a basic item that was fine for getting out riding, but it could easily be upgraded. The Fiido Titan is large and in charge. If you're looking for a bike that is big and powerful with a large motor and great hill climbing ability, then this is the bike for you. The large bike is heavy though, making it less than ideal for urban riders or those who are low on space. It has some high-tech features that offer streamlined interactions with the bike, in most cases at least, despite some confusion with the app's controls and descriptions. Overall, the Fiido Titan is a great example of an adventure e-bike, comfortable to ride with a long range and great motor response. If you're planning to explore off the pavement, the Fiido Titan might just be the bike for you. Is this the bike for you? Check out the detailed specs at bikeride.com and see user and expert reviews. You can also check out other great e-bikes and see them rated to find your perfect match. Do you have a question or something you want to say? Let me know in the comments and we will start getting you some answers. And if you like this video, please give us a like and a subscribe so that we can keep on bringing you great e-bike and biking related content. I'm Scott with bikeride.com. I want to say thanks for watching and I hope that you enjoy the ride.